You can learn a lot from the Oracle. It knows everything.
Ah, yes. The sign of Avisto. The history of the land is yours to hear. It's been so long since I told anyone about the Archon. This age understands nothing of the old kingdom. Archon is a name that has passed down many generations, a lineage of powerful kings united by a unique bloodline, and by possession of the Sword of Aeons. When Jack found it, it was a ghost of the weapon it once was. And the name of Archon has become so detached from the realities of those kings that it is meaningless among the modern men. But the first Archon still casts his shadow in this world, a world that would not even exist had he not wrested it from the gods it belonged to before the Age of Man. I know some interesting things about Hook Coast. In the early years of the kingdom, a group of monks retired from the thriving cities that were appearing everywhere and settled in the harshest place they could find, founding an abbey on a distant shore. Soon, a whole community grew to serve their needs, and in time, the kingdom built a lighthouse that would guide ships from its ports to the unexplored lands in the northern wastes. When the old kingdom fell, it was in a wave of devastation that affected every town and city in its borders. But a handful of the monks, who still inhabited the abbey, knelt along the coast and used their willpower to protect this port and its people. You can still see the swirls of magic that mark the place they fell. Hook Coast was cut off from the rest of the world, but thanks to them, it stood intact. Why don't I share with you my knowledge of Jack of Blades? The mask you carry is empty, but Jack has used it for longer than you can comprehend. He is no hero. He is not even a man. When the world was a blur of fire and demons, when its soil had felt not the tread of humans and was filled with creatures only your worst nightmares could begin to suggest, even then was Jack old. What you killed in the Chamber of Fate was just the latest vessel he had inhabited. Take good care of the soul mask now. Without it, you have no hope of stopping his new incarnation. Let's see. Let's discuss Nostro. Among the oldest heroes still bound to this world is Nostro, the founder of the guild. was a tireless warrior who felt at ease only with a moving blade in his hand and the blood of enemies raining down upon his armor. But he did not die the death he craved, for he was poisoned by an assassin, leaving his soul languishing unfulfilled in this earthly realm. You returned the battle attire that was stolen from his grave, but he still seeks an honorable end before he can be truly at peace. Perhaps you would like to hear the story of the Oracle. I was created by order of the third Archon, not just to prepare the kingdom for future disasters, but to act as a keeper of all past and present knowledge. 4 will users with visionary powers were charged with the task. Calran, Avisto, Euron, and Morik. Each carved a glyph of inquiry into stone, with the symbols that would allow their user to question me. After the fall of the kingdom, thousands of years later, Snowspire found itself under imminent attack from invading forces. The guild sent 4 acolytes to bury the glyphs in the necropolis, where they remained until you found them. I shall tell you about the Prophets of the Fireheart. When the old kingdom was on the verge of collapse, I wasn't the only thing to be silenced and protected. The Fireheart, used to call forth the Ship of the Drowned, and to project the Archon's powers across vast distances, was sealed behind the primal demon door, the first ever created. Charged with guarding it were the 5 prophets who had predicted the kingdom's imminent destruction. They were encased in glass cages that both protected them from the beating of the heart and kept them alive until such time as they were released from their duty, or died fulfilling it. Let's see. Let's discuss Snowspire. The town of Snowspire was once but one of many thriving cities in the northern wastes, and its lost bay served as the furthest port in all of the Old Kingdom. Its warriors, steeled by the harshest winters known to man, were among the... But when the kingdom fell, Snowspire and all that surrounded it was beset by invading hordes. The Cullis gates were silenced, and the people of the North were cut off from all living beings beyond the icy seas of its coast. Why don't I share with you my knowledge of the Archon? This age understands nothing of the Old Kingdom. Archon is a name that has passed down many generations, a lineage of powerful kings united by a unique bloodline. And by possession of the Sword of Aeons, when Jack found it, it was a ghost of the weapon it once was. and the name of Archon has become so detached from the realities of those kings that it is meaningless among the modern men. But the first Archon still casts his shadow in this world. A world that would not even exist had he not wrested it from the gods it belonged to before the Age of Man. It's been so long since I told anyone about